believe he's already born. And all the hadith about Jesus praying behind Imam Mahdi and all that is true, in all of our hadith. But the way the world is now, when we got involved in this, we got involved because of the physical, structural, social, the complete package. We saw the Islamic Revolution in Iran as the answer to what we've been looking for all the time. But it just popped up on us, and there it was. Okay, we was studying Maulana Maududi now and all the great lectures we was giving on Mujaddids and all of that, revivers, renewals, and restorers. We looked up and started looking at Iran in '78 because nobody looked at Iran. It was just over there. But they've been having struggle for decades. And then, when the revolution happened, we had to make a decision. Okay, all the people that we studied together and all that, they didn't come along. They went the other way. We came this way. The center of the woke people from African Americans was here in D.C. This was the center. And a lot of the older brothers that you see, they were a part and parcel. Whether for good or bad, or for bad, D.C. was a center. That's why we came to D.C. in 1989. We said we got the game, but if we go to D.C., we're going to get the whole. We came here to get exactly what we got. We came here for persecution. We came here for challenge. That's why we came here, and we've said it. Does anybody remember? We said all this over and over again. That's why we're here. And we got it hands down. There's no surprises when all the stuff we talk about. I'm sorry, no surprises. Because there's a rule. Whatever you have to rise to the occasion. If you do, you're going to get bigger, smarter, and develop more ability. Whatever challenge you have to face, I don't care whether it's in business, whether it's in sports, the greater your opponent, the smarter you're going to have to get, the faster you're going to have to run, the more weights you're going to have to lift. That's just the way it is. And just to play on that field with the top line means you're going to get better. It don't make it, you know what I mean? If you play on a #1 team, even if you're the worst player on the team, you're going to be good. So that's why when we came here, we looked at who was the biggest in books. We said Halalko. So we'll just catch Halalko. We don't have to worry. We'll catch the #1, so it don't make no difference. We'll be right at the top. And that's what we did. That's why over there we had books stacked out. People can't even imagine the amount of books we had over there at 8th Street and the amount of money we made and the book program. Anyway, about Shiism. We really, if it was about blackness, we would be blacker than Iranians. And of course, with Iranians, we're more serious about the line of the Imam than many of them are, because we stuck with the line even to today. Now, everybody that was here with us, they were very good brothers, most of them. But after every revolution, there's teams. The revolutionary team. When I would go to Iran in the 80s and all that, they would ask tons of questions to make sure you're Hizbullah. And they used to have saying, Marg Bag Hujjati. Not only Marg Bag Amrika, but Marg Det to the Hujjatis. Well, I don't want to get into it, but those are people who are Shias and they're not as nice. So they would question me because they want to know, are you one of the Hujatis? They would be, seriously, because they got to know the Hezbollahis would question and then they lay back and say, yep, homeboy's all right. They want to know, first, after the revolution in America, you had Thomas Jefferson down, you had the Federalist Papers, you had one wanted to be a kingship type, one wanted to be this one, right? That happens after every revolution. It's not anything you can do about it. So the revolution in Iran, they have people that were serious about the revolution. They went back and participated in making the revolution. But most of the brothers that went back from America, they wasn't trusted in Iran. And all the brothers, they would be telling me, man, maybe I ought to go back. I was at the University of Kansas, they was paying me $35,000. And the people, they would ask the question like this: do you think it's better to have somebody that you trust in an office or in a position, or somebody that know what they're doing? They would be talking about them. We know what we're doing. The other guy is a nice guy. He's a party man, but he don't know what the hell he's doing. That was the biggest question I would get in Iran. We are tainted by, they went to school here. Here they mark by America, death to America, but when they get back home, yeah, they just got back from America. When they were sending somebody to the toilet, they would tell the little kids, go to America, the toilet. Go to the toilet, that's America, that's America. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna try to give something a little closer to home. We never cared nothing about none of that. This team or that team or that. We cared about what we always said, Walayati Faqih, what's good for the Islamic Republic. What's good for the Islamic Republic. And we say, whoever you elect, we with them. For instance, some people never trusted, not never, but after 86, 87, after McFarland went over there with 2 pistols and a birthday cake, I don't know if y'all remember that, yeah. And Imam said, well, the boys ate up the cake and they took 2 pistols, I don't know what, you know, the guys, the cars ate the cake. Anyway, Rafsanjani came out trying to explain too many things at one time when he didn't have a reason. Some people didn't trust him after that because they figured you couldn't get here, talk about McFarland, unless you had somebody you were supposed to talk with. And if somebody break wind in the elevator, you know, if you jump up and say, it ain't me, right, then everybody gonna be, you know, that's kind of, I didn't do it. And then you black too, right, they gonna say, yeah, the brother broke wind in the elevator, right? That's what the people gonna say. So if somebody's defending himself for no reason, a whole lot, they didn't trust him. But us, we didn't have that. We may not trust a guy, but whoever they elected, if they elected Rouhani, Rouhani's are, but Rouhani may have his clique, which he does. And one of the saddest things about Iran is broken up into cliques. And they in their newspapers over there put us in a clique. Khalkhali was called the hanging judge. I don't know if y'all remember the early part of Khalkhali, Ayatollah Khalkhali. They called him the hanging judge. And so Sayyid Ahmed, Imam Khomeini's son, would Tashami, the ambassador to Syria, that got his hand blew off and started Hezbollah. They associated us here, because I would go to the Daftar and they say, we read about you in the paper. They would print what I would say in certain papers. Certain other papers wouldn't print it. The papers that would print it would be the, I think now you would call them the principalists. You ever see the principalists? They're the revolutionary, they're sticking to it. Right now they have supremacy. If y'all remember that I showed y'all an email that it said, okay, we want to get you over here in a hurry. All we need is a signed letter by you, and we've already wrote the letter and we've signed your name. That means these got to be friends of mine. We done wrote a letter and we done signed your name, don't worry. Because so-and-so and that crew is coming in. Those people are coming in. Okay. Those people is writing me the letters. I like them, but I'm not against those other people. I'm not against those other people. Now, those people right now think we're against them. Those people right now, because their behavior shows that technically their behavior is not good. But what I want to do is just wipe everything clean. That's why we said we have to start and set the agenda for how we feel and how we think. And this is a big tent. So we have to make room for all those ideas. Because boss man don't care whether you're a long-haired Muslim or a short-haired Muslim. That's a joke we used to have. He ain't all of us. And Shias, hey. So I said that to say that we're making a little progress. But if you, I'll just give you an example. One of our friends from UC Berkeley, I might have showed you this picture before when he was at Niagara Falls with certain big Ayatollahs and all of that. And that friend was one of the managers in UC Berkeley. They always had a student leader that led them. And he coordinated all the programs. Therefore, we had a lot of contact. But the one before was really a good guy. But anyway, so they told me in one of the offices here, so-and-so is bad. So what do they do? Well, he's with Ahmadinejad. And if Ahmadinejad is bad, then he's bad with him. And I told him, y'all might as well pull a gun out and shoot yourself in the head. You can't do that. You can't divide yourself up, because boss man will be by next week with the information to increase your distance between each other. And he gonna go tell him, oh, they said you was bad, and he definitely gonna, pretty soon, y'all are gonna be separated, y'all Iranians. So the Iranians in America that took over now, and the immigrants, not the immigrants. Does anybody remember me talking about a program I was at where Medea Benjamin was speaking? Mm-hmm. That was in Detroit. That was Muslim Congress. Those are Indo-Pakistani Shias. They had claimed to be followers of Velayat Faqih, the Rahbar, but they only mentioned it once. All of the people here in America start acting in a funny type way. So that means the source was the same. The source was the same. But if we can overlook the Negro beating us upside the head, we can overlook the white man dragging you up and down the street and doing everything else that he do, right? Then we can overlook Iranian behavior too. We can overlook Shia behavior too. If the Negroes over on the other street over there talk about us all the time and we overlook them, when they get sick, we go to the hospital and see them, you know, right now, today. So that's our attitude about that situation, because as Imam Khomeini said, Sunni and Shias are brothers as scissors of the same hand, you know that. And that's the way we feel about it. That's the way we're gonna continue. We're not gonna join no team. And we're gonna be very open and direct about where we're coming from. So nobody will have to go in the back room and whisper to themselves, what does Imam Musa stand for? Where's he coming from? They won't get a chance to do that about us. Okay. So all of them can do whatever they want to do. We're going to keep up with what we've been doing. And it's not hard. I don't say it's easy, but it's normal. It's normal because we was in the black movement, we have to be for all black people. And if one wanted to be talented Tim, one wanted to be Booker T, we'd say we're all in it together. Don't make no difference what your ideology is, right? But boss man, look at us all the same. If they come for me in the morning, they coming for you tonight, homeboy. So that's not to take too long. That's the way we feel about our brothers, and our brothers here in the DC area are taking cues from some of the immigrant brothers. You can see their behavior. Their behavior is taking cues from, we don't take cues, how do we put it? For instance, if we have manna, right, and it's for America, okay, if we're all in it together, no immigrant can come and say, we're going to invite you, but you can't bring Imam Musa. Just like we'll never go any place where they can say, I can come in, but y'all can't come in. No. If you want to have just a personal conversation, everybody come on in, and we go over in the corner and talk. But we just don't do that. They don't see that. None of the brothers see that. None of the brothers act like that. They act like it was their job to isolate us and to cut us off and put us in a corner, and they go specifically, right, to sit and hug with them. We're all Muslims, but we're not going to have anybody that don't fully understand the trends here. If they want to kiss boss man's behind and lick his boots and then look down on us and try to arrange our community, I don't like that. I don't believe in it. It don't make no difference what madhab they are. So all of that is getting better. I think the wave is coming, and the wave is going to sweep all of that away. I hope I answered part of the question without going around too long. Yeah. Are there any more questions or comments?
No, that's everything.
Okay. Is it more people or less people watching that thing now?
Hold on, give me a second. The numbers have dropped some over the past few weeks, but I think it's because the views are kind of split. You hit the 5,000 friend limit on Facebook, so you can't create new connections. So I pivoted and created a public figure page for you, so that we can basically keep on growing and onward. But since then, the numbers have dropped down to we're averaging about 300 views a video, as opposed to originally about 500 views a video. But I'm not sure if the ones are being counted of the views that I get, because I share the video to your profile page, your personal profile page, and the public figure page. So I'm not entirely sure if those views are getting counted, you know, but.
Well, no, alhamdulillah, it's all right, whatever roll out, we just gonna keep on rolling. We was just interested
All right.
to see are there any more questions or comments?
No, that's it.
Okay, if not, I'll cool the cow down, I'll stop for a lot of